Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Okay. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is pretty good. This is the Knight of Cups. This is one of your power cards, right? This is the idea of kind of giving and receiving love and affection, right? This is really an authentic expression of yourself. This is your power, right? This is the card that represents the sign of Cancer in a very practical, real-world kind of way, you know? This is a very good start. Let's see about the context, right? What is going on with you? Where are you expressing yourself? Where are you revealing your true self? Out in the world, perhaps? Here's the World or Universe card. Got the Magician, Mercury. I feel like this is like a kind of a secret power that you've discovered. It's almost like you've discovered your superpower, and here you are out in the world, doing it, giving it, living it, creating the kind of world that you want, right? And Two of Cups behind you. It's all about the love. This is a lot of good energy right here. Let's see what else we have. Oh my God, the Chariot card. This is your power card. This is the card that represents the sign of Cancer. We have both of your power cards here. This is kind of like the true self, higher self. This is that superhero part of you, right? Your super ego, your whatever you want to call it. And then we see the Knight of Cups as being the expression of that out in the real world. It's like you are coming to know your true self, and you are allowing that energy to flow through you because it is you, right? Your true self, the self. This is magic right here. This is really cool. And a Three of Cups. Look at that, going from a 2 to a 3. All of this, it's potential really in you. It's this desire for connection, this desire for love, for expression, not just in a romantic way, in every sort of way, right? In romantic and platonic ways, in personal ways, private ways, and in your job, your business, your life, with friends, family members, with strangers. It's just an underlying feeling, a ubiquitous feeling of connection, right? So I feel like every connection you have is like a one-on-one, soul-to-soul, essence-to-essence connection. Even in those brief random moments throughout the day with the person at the coffee shop or, whatever it is. It feels like that is a magical connection. And it really is this, I think you're experiencing this kind of, enlightenment almost, right? Or this realization that we are all connected, right? And I think that, we can say that intellectually. Let's finish with our cards here. We can say that intellectually. Oh, the Ace of Cups too. Ace, 2, 3. Maybe the next one will be a 4. We can say all of this intellectually. That's not what this is. This is you feeling it. This is you realizing it in a very heart, soul, a deep level, intimate level, a very visceral experience. Anybody can talk about it. We can put it into words. We can say everything's connected. We're all just kind of one big ball of love, right? But it's another thing to really experience that. This is something else. This is next level here. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. The Lover's card. Again, with this idea of making connections. Yeah. The Fool. That's really cool. And the Fool is cool, especially in this position, because this is the position of the obstacle. And this is kind of that Fool that is dancing in this. It's like you're just walking around completely blissed. You're in this And look at the bottom card here, too, is the Sun card. You're in this kind of enlightened awareness. And with the Fool here, it's like we don't care what it looks like. We don't care if we're a spectacle. We don't care if people are laughing at us. Because we're in the stratosphere here. This is upper echelon spirituality for you. And it feels like it's taking away all of your anxiety, all of your self-consciousness. Yeah, this is really good. Final card here. I don't know what it could be. Oh, something very practical. A 9 of Pentacles. The visible signs of progress. So it's like this is really, not only is this a very euphoric and blissful way to experience the world, but it's actually leading you to more opportunities, greater success, like physically, financially. This is like you're improving your life, your physical earthly life, in a very real way, with all of this water energy, all of this connection, right? You've really learned your superpower. And we're putting it to use now, and we're starting to mold the world closer to our heart's desire. Yeah. This is wonderful stuff. I can't believe that we have both of your power cards. And we have the Lover's card. To me, it's kind of a union with higher self. Union with true self, which really unleashes this magical ability that you have to create these blissful moments. The Three of Cups is all about understanding the process of creation on the emotional, spiritual plane. Peak experiences, blissful moments, those moments those euphoric moments of bliss that sometimes come randomly, right? Well, you understand now how to create those, how to make more of these peak experiences, okay? And I think it's a real spiritual awakening. I think that usually you're somebody who enjoys a lot of routine. Yeah. Spirits tell me that you like things to be kind of orderly. And that's one aspect, of course, of the world or universe card. It's an earth energy. Represents stability, represents order, rhythm, routine, cycles of things, right? I feel like you're starting to feel a lot more spontaneous. You're starting to feel a lot more comfortable doing things outside of your routine. Yeah. It feels good to be spontaneous. It feels good to break the habits, to go into something unknown, right? To get out of the routine, to get out of the rhythm. It feels like freedom, right? Very interesting. Let's select the mystery card while we're here, okay? This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is just, it's going to go right over here. We're going to put Robo-Duck, a.k.a. Howard the Duck, a.k.a. that is not Howard Stern, right on top of that card. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. I bet it'll be water. I bet it will be another really good card, because I'll tell you, you've got all the best cards here. This is rare. This is a rare spread. You have literally all the good cards here, Cancer. Okay, there's not a challenging card in the mix at all, and I'll be hard pressed to find something to criticize about any of this energy. This is good. Okay, if you have a prediction about the mystery card, I want you to put it in the comments. Let's activate our intuition, right? Let's exercise it. It's a muscle. We got to use it. Yeah, and I think it'll be fun. So, let's take a look around here. We've got major, major, major. Look at this major arcana on the vertical axis of the path of the dove, connecting you with what is higher, with what is above. This is the true self, right? You can call it the higher self, but this is the self. If the Knight of Cups is yourself being activated or existing or transmitting energy through your personality, through your ego, okay? Through your conscious mind. So we've got our trio of major arcana here. And then, of course, we have two more majors over here. We've got this Lover's card and the Fool, right? The Fool and the Lover, kind of the same thing, right? It's kind of like when you are in love, it kind of makes you do foolish things. But there's also this idea of the freedom and the spontaneity and the carefree nature that comes from that kind of feeling of union, of being in love. Now, the card's in the position of the environment. I think for some of you, this is literally falling in love. This is the freedom and the foolishness. You just want to dance and just sing and make a spectacle of yourself, prancing down the street because you're in love. It's that kind of good vibe. Yeah. And so it really is that kind of feeling coming from falling in love. Soulmate kind of connection, right? An unbelievable once-in-a-lifetime kind of connection with someone. For some of you, now put your pitchforks away. It's not always romance. It doesn't have to be romance, okay? I can hear the groans now whenever I talk about falling in love and romance. Some of us don't want that. Some of us don't need that. Some of us have that. Some of us do want that, right? And for those of you that do, this definitely could be that happening. We see the ace. That could be a new love, a new passion, a new experience, a new path. Union, falling in love, and the freedom, the euphoria that brings, the silliness, right? You're really in love when you just feel silly all the time, right? And that's what we've got here with this trio of energy. And then, of course, the Nine of Pentacles giving us the physical success. This is something that is grounded in reality. It's something that you are living and breathing and doing, and it has a material world component to it, okay? Which makes it all the more special. We don't have any fire energy except, really, in the Knight of Cups, because this is cardinal water, like you are a cardinal sign. Okay, which means that you are the initiator of this, that you are the fiery aspect of the water. This is why Cancers can be very emotional. That's why we're kind of prone to emotional outbursts, right? And I think now, Spirit's telling me that you have a kind of an issue with authority, right? That you're a little bit of a rebel, yeah? And I don't know the bearing that this has on the reading yet, but that's what Spirit's telling me, that you're a little bit of a rebel. Yeah. And so this is the fire, and I think you're kind of the initiator here. You're the instigator of this. It is through your actions, your efforts, that are very emotional, and it is very authentic. You are realizing that you exist within the universe, that you are a part of this universe. And as such, the way that you are, who you are, what you are, is a very important part of the universe, right? You are a part of the whole, and I think you're realizing the connection between all of us. In our diversity, there is a unity. In our multiplicity, there is a unity. And everybody is unique, and everybody is absolutely essential, right? And so this is really, I think, your connection, your appreciation with all life. And, it kind of does that when we fall in love too, right? We fall in love and suddenly we're in love with the birds. We're in love with the ants on the ground. We're in love with our neighbors. And we just want to celebrate everything and everyone. It's this real euphoria. Yeah. And this does represent the freedom. Now, it's kind of cool because we have the Alpha and the Omega. We have the beginning and the end. We have the Fool in the universe. Pure spirits. You are essentially the universe itself, right? Microcosm, macrocosm. Same energy. This is the multiplicity, and this is the one. Right? This is you, and this is everything else. We know there's no difference. Right? But this is you now as a pure spirit traveling in the universe, which is pure spirit too. Right? So this, to me, is a freedom. It's a freedom from within. We're not self-conscious. We're not concerned. We're not worried. We're not struggling to know ourselves or struggling to express ourselves. We don't have any kind of doubts or issues with who we are, what we're doing. And we're certainly not experiencing any resistance from outside. Everything is flowing together. You are exactly who you are. There's freedom within. There is freedom without, outside of us. Yeah. It's very, very nice. Like I said, you have all the best cards. Now, the Chariot at the top here, this is telling me that you do have you do have plans. You have like a long-term kind of goal that you're trying to reach. And I think that's part of this. If this is you in your energy, in your power, right, your power card, this here is the road that you're traveling. Okay? This is you in your virtue, and this is the way, right, the Tao. And this is the path that you're traveling. Okay? And I wonder if your path is kind of, I feel like you're meant to be of service in some way. When we go back to the Knight of Cups, it is about the giving and receiving of love, of affection. Taking your gift and giving it away, right? Being of service. So what is your gift that you're offering the world? Maybe it's laughter, right? Maybe it's love. Maybe it is support. Maybe you're in healthcare. I feel like you're shining really brightly for others. You're an inspiration. Maybe the mystery card is going to be the sun or the star. But I feel like there's something that you are trying to give the world, that you are expressing of yourself. And maybe it's poetry, right? Maybe it is, maybe it's some other kind of art, right? Maybe it's healthcare. Maybe you're in some sort of, maybe you're a caregiver of some kind. Yeah. Maybe you're in food service. Yeah. Spirit is showing me a kitchen and a lot of cooking and a lot of food, and I don't know if that's meant to be just the kind of the gathering of all this love together and sharing a meal. That's one of those moments, I think, where we love to see people enjoying themselves. We're enjoying ourselves. Everybody is connected at this table. This kind of looks like a banquet hall, like a banquet table, right? One of those long kind of tables. Everybody's there. Everybody's eating and enjoying themselves. Everybody's connected through this wonderful experience. So it might have something to do with food for some of you, okay? But just look at all these cards. Just soak all this stuff in. I don't even know, there doesn't seem to be much of a narrative here, right? But with the Mercury energy, the Magician, I feel like you're really ready, right, to let go of those things that have been restraining you. Something at some point in your life was restricting you from being who you were, who you are, and from going where you want to go, doing what you want to do, right? There was some sort of restrictions on you. And I think a lot of that comes from like self-consciousness and anxiety and things like this. I feel like you're free of all of that. And I don't know if it's because you found this perfect relationship or you've now discovered this perfect relationship with your higher self. Something is activating your Magician energy. And this, what I'm kind of sensing with this is suddenly you want to go get on stage and perform. Whereas before, it's not something that you would have like really been comfortable doing. But now you're on the rooftops singing, you're at the top of the mountain and it's glorious. There's a freedom here. There's a freedom of expression. There's a freedom of creation. This is like your inner superhero, like coming out, and it's kind of, if you think about the old Superman stuff, Clark Kent, kind of humble, mild-mannered, and then we've got this superhero that is the strong, confident version of the personality. The Superman, really, it's a mystical kind of magical story in itself, right? With the lower self personality, and then you've got this higher self, right, that comes out. And it really is the union between the two, and you see that in the stories too, I'm pretty sure, of Superman. It's not my favorite, modern day myth, but we see the merging of Clark Kent and Superman over time, right, until they're kind of indistinguishable. Now, I do feel like you've had a lot of like psychic experiences when you were a kid. You have this, I call them psychic experiences, but we would probably call them like intense emotional moments, right? I feel like at times, especially in childhood, I feel like you were overcome with such an intense emotion that we didn't really know where it came from or what its purpose was. And it would seize you, and then it would pass at some point. And I don't know, it probably at times it was it was an overwhelming feeling, but it could have been joy, it could have been fear, it could have been, different things, but it really gripped you. Even if it was joy, it gripped you tight to where it was kind of overwhelming. I feel there was a few of those instances when you were a kid. Yeah. Also, who's the B name in your life? Is there a B, your spouse, your someone close to you? Yeah, could be this new lover. Okay. It could be our new romantic interest is the B name there. I do feel that there's an older female energy that has passed in your life, and I feel like they were very inspirational to you. I almost wonder if that is the B name, and I wonder if they were the one person really, again, could be older female, maybe grandma, great-grandma, right? Significantly older. I feel like they were really the one person that encouraged you to be you, right? Encouraged you to be yourself. And I wonder, too, if they had this kind of psychic ability, too, or if now when you're older, you start to realize that grandma was into a little bit of the woo-woo, that maybe grandma did tarot cards or did something. You didn't really know what when you were a kid. It was kind of just, it wasn't displayed prominently, but grandma was up to something. Yeah. I think that's very, very cool. Anyway, the Two of Cups is, like I said, that experience of you finding that union with that one other thing, the higher self. You are one cup, the other is the other cup, right? And so union with higher self, it's the perfect bond. And really, I think this is permeating your entire life, where every interaction you have, where you look at another being, you look at your cat, right? You have a cat, yeah. You look at your cat, and it's almost like you don't see a cat. You just see a point of light. Not even a point of light, a point of consciousness. It's not visible. It's almost like you feel it. You feel just the life force there. Consciousness to consciousness kind of connections, heart to heart, maybe. And I feel like that is now everything. Everything is just consciousness connected by these brilliant threads of light. Yeah. But there is one in particular, and it might be higher self, it might be God, goddess, deity, it might be, it might be a romantic thing for some of you, like I said. Okay. And the Three of Cups, of course, is the celebration, and that's life in the future, and that's what the magician is learning how to create. See, this is Mercury in Cancer, right? And this is Mercury. And this is Cancer. So you, uniting with your higher self and learning the magic of your own being, you're able to create these peak experiences. You're able to create a life that is basically just generating bliss in everything and anything you do, even in the real physical world, right? Literally in your physical activities, okay? Now, I do think that this Knight of Cups is you making some sort of a romantic gesture to somebody, right? Or an offering, or some kind of a devotional. Maybe it's at an altar, maybe it's a spiritual thing, a religious thing, but you're making some sort of offering. And it could be to a person, it could be to the higher power, yeah. But there's something that you're bringing and kind of setting out as an offering. Yeah, like literally like in a bowl or something, setting an offering out. Yeah, it could be the offering of food. But it's a very ceremonial thing that I'm seeing. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the path of the serpent real quick. Now, as I do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, well, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. All right. The Ace of Cups. Well, that's the offering bowl. The Ace of Cups is what the Knight of Cups is presenting. Right, and this is kind of a new, this is a new experience. We're trying to initiate something, okay? Trying to initiate something. Yeah, did you lose something recently? Spirit's telling me that you're going to be getting something back that you lost. What did you lose? I don't know if it was jewelry or something. It doesn't feel like there's value to it. But I don't think it's jewelry. I don't know, maybe it's like a wallet or a pocketbook or something. You lost something of value that it is coming back to you. Okay? Anyway, This is that offering, like I said. And the Lover's card is the union. This is that ceremony. And this is what we're bringing some sort of an offering in a ceremonial fashion that's symbolizing this kind of union. It could be the first dinner that you're having with this new person. It could be the first time that you're cooking a meal, right? And it's very it's very special. Yeah. But it feels like it's the first act of this thing. Yeah. And the freedom and this is a situation. Now, for some of you, like I said, this is going to be a romantic thing. This is you being able to be yourself. There's nothing holding you back. This is you're able to be yourself with this person and laugh and there's no need to hide yourself away in this situation. Whether it's higher self or a new lover, this is the situation that you can be you. Okay? You can be you. Spirit's telling me that you're doing some sort of not a home improvement, but like a DIY kind of thing, like a project at home or the car. You're trying to fix something yourself, either in the house or in the car. It's something kind of big, something that a lot of us would kind of pay somebody else to fix, but you're trying to do it yourself. I don't know what that is, but maybe it's something in the kitchen. Maybe you haven't really cooked before, and this is like you're really trying here, But anyway, whatever the situation is that's going on right now, the really crucial thing is the end, the 9 of Pentacles. That all of this is leading to progress in your physical life. It's not just an interior fantasy or meditation or euphoria or a mystical, religious, spiritual experience. It has a physical counterpart, where there is a physical, there is something physical to correspond with this internal state, all this bliss energy. There's something literal happening too. And that's really the point, because this is a road that you need to travel upon. Okay, there's literal travel. I'm feeling the Mediterranean somewhere around the Mediterranean. I feel some travel coming up. Yeah, I don't know if you have a connection there or what it is, but I'm seeing the Mediterranean. Yeah, maybe an upcoming vacation. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Okay. Spirit's also telling me that you have a very unique taste in music, and I don't know what that means. If it's kind of like a guilty pleasure kind of music, or if you really have a very unique thing that's not like, like me. Sometimes I like some pop music that I, not too ready to share with everybody, but I don't know if it's that or if it's really that you have just like a genre that nobody's ever heard of, something very, very different. Right? A very unique taste in music anyway. If you have a prediction for this mystery card, put it down in the comments. I'm going to say major arcana. I'm going to say water energy. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, major arcana, the sun. Well, that was the bottom card of the Thoth deck, right? The different deck altogether, but that was the bottom card that we saw in the Thoth deck. This is revealing your true self to you. Now the sun, this is really higher self and lower self together, combined, right, into one whole star. This is you. And you are shining. You are radiating your light right now. Just keep it going. Just let it shine. Let that Holy Spirit come through. Yeah. This has got to be the best thing that I've ever seen. You certainly do have all the best cards here. And the sun, this is the icing on the cake. This confirms all of this, right? This is kind of like what it would feel like being inside this spiritual sun. All of this energy here. And of course, we've got the world or universe card, which is your orbit, right? Which is you, I put the cards in the wrong place, this is the field within which you exist, right? Again, this is the Tao. This is the eternal Tao. This is the way that can be traveled, right? You've got, it's kind of eerie how how good all this energy is. Yeah. Let's talk about it a little bit more in the extended reading if you want to stick around for that. There's a link up here. There's a link at the end of the video. There's a link at the bottom in the video description. It's everywhere. You can't miss it. All right. New readings for Cancer every Tuesday and Friday, but I am here every day at 6 a.m. Chicago time. All right. Just come back, see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost you anything to subscribe. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.